Спасибо огромное, что пришли на пресс-конференцию блокбастера «Марвел Мстители», которую по традиции открывает генеральный директор Walt Disney Company СНГ Марина Жигалова-Оскан.
Доброе утро, уважаемые дамы и господа, коллеги, друзья. Мне очень приятно вас приветствовать от лица Walt Disney Company, от себя лично сегодня на пресс-конференции. Как Лена сказала, действительно, утро первое, теплое, солнечное. И сегодня мы вам представляем абсолютно уникальный фильм. Это фильм «Марвел Мстители». В 2010 году произошло очень важное событие для медиаиндустрии. Бренд Marvel и все его герои стали частью Walt Disney Company. Во вселенной Marvel тысячи замечательных героев. Среди них есть действительно мировые знаменитости, как Железный Человек, Тор, Черная Вдова, Халк и многие-многие другие. И сегодня для нас мы с большим и гордостью, и волнением представляем вам абсолютно уникальный фильм «Мстители». В последние 4 года выходили на экраны всего мира фильмы, посвященные 4 героям. И вот в фильме «Мстители» все эти герои наконец-то встретились вместе. Это абсолютно уникальный фильм. И что уникально, что студии Marvel действительно беспрецедентно рассказали абсолютно новую историю, которая получает уникальный виток в самом фильме. Я знаю, что многие из вас его уже видели, и вы, я думаю, по достоинству оценили абсолютно уникальный юмор, зрелищность и уникальность этого фильма. В прошлом году, в 2011-м, Россия стала 6-й в мире по размеру кассовых сборов. Престиж нашей страны на кинорынке глобальном растет, и я очень рада, что уже стала хорошей традицией в компании Walt Disney презентовать наши очень важные релизы вместе с легендарными создателями и актерами. И сегодня у нас действительно абсолютно уникальный день и уникальная пресс-конференция. К нам приехали легендарные создатели и актеры, которые исполняют главные роли в этом фильме. К нам приехали практически все Мстители. Буквально через несколько минут они к нам подойдут. И прежде чем мы их поприветствуем, я хотела бы передать слово нашему модератору Андрею. Так что, пожалуйста, слово вам для представления наших гостей. Спасибо вам огромное за ваш интерес и до скорых встреч. Спасибо.
Спасибо, Марина. Доброе утро, кто нам дает, тому Marvel Мстители дает. Собственно, через некоторое время они действительно здесь появятся. И под ваши аплодисменты здесь появляется Кевин Фейги, продюсер фильма. Следующий исполнитель роли злого и зеленого Халк Марк Руффало. Красавец, мужчина, девушки, трепещите, Крис Хемсворт, Тор. И ожидаемых лиц на сегодняшней пресс-конференции, да и вообще не только на пресс-конференции, но и в Москве. Давно мы этого момента ждали. Друзья, Роберт Дауни-младший! Праздник на мужской улице. Встречайте, невероятная красавица Скарлетт Йоханссон, черная вода. Следующий на этот подиум и за этот стол поднимается, и мы встречаем соколиный глаз Джереми Реннер. Главный злодей, исполнитель роли Локи здесь и сейчас Том Хиддлстон. И завершает эту вереницу суперзвезд исполнительный продюсер картины Джереми Лэтчем. Ну что ж, огромное польза сейчас я, наверное, попросим надеть наушники или, да, ага. И перед тем, как это произойдет, хочется, наверное, в первую очередь рассказать о том, что, друзья, уважаемые звезды, когда вы будете отвечать, пожалуйста, нажимайте Press the button, please, на микрофоне. Да, отлично, спасибо огромное. Ну и для того, чтобы разрезать красную ленточку сегодняшней пресс-конференции, пожалуй, задам вопрос каждому сидящему за этим столом. А какими суперсилами и супервозможностями обладаете вы и пользуетесь в реальной жизни? Прошу, Кевин.
If I have a superpower, it's the power to get an amazing ensemble like this to assemble for one single movie.
Это действительно круто. Марк, какие суперсилы есть у вас?
I have the superpower of actually being able to read my wife's mind, which in itself is a giant superpower.
Крис, расскажите и поведайте ваш секрет.
I wish I had the same superpower as Mark, and yeah, he's going to teach me life.
I have the ability to coerce Mark, Scarlett, and Jeremy into joining the Marvel Universe. It's a very powerful, powerful gift.
Muffin baking. That's my power.
I like my character. I have 0 superpowers.
Sorry. What was the question? That we will have a superpower?
Yeah.
I don't have any superpowers. My superpower is that I can get an English breakfast hot on the plate at the same time. It's harder than people realise. Toast, poached eggs, bacon, baked beans, whichever way you like your eggs, scrambled or fried. There you go.
Press the button, thanks.
I think my superpower has to be being able to keep up with this crazy group of really talented actors on a day-to-day basis. It's exhausting but exciting, so.
There's an amazing stunt woman in Los Angeles called Heidi Moneymaker, and that's her real name. And she doubled me in Iron Man 2, and then I had the very great pleasure of working with her again in Avengers, and I could never have done it without her. And she has an incredible way of moving, and she's incredibly brave and strong and supportive. And so the two of us worked for our, 5 or 6 months, and we worked together to really be able to double each other, pretty much, which is what you want. Obviously I want Joss to be able to use as much of me as possible, and she has a lot of character to her movements, and she's very sprightly, and so I took on those traits, and we kind of were able to really double each other. And the prep of that is just spending a lot of time in stunt training. That's about it, really. There's no other secret.
Hello. I've come to Russia seeking creative political asylum from my capitalist oppressors. And I guess I'm kind of like Tony and kind of not. I just think it's really fun 5 years later to be in the company I'm in talking about this ambitious venture having gone correctly, because there's 1,000 ways it might have crashed and burned.
Personal soundtracks, go. What do you got?
Loki, that's so stupid. When I first played Loki in Thor, I was inspired by very, very angry music of Apology, if anybody knows that. It's like grungy 90s dance music, but for some reason it worked for me.
I'm gonna go for a Trent Reznor soundtrack. I think that's a good way. It's good to fight to, I think. Right? Trent Reznor.
I think I'll go with Muse, who's to me, a spin-off of Queen and Radiohead, and sort of anthems and sort of visceral. That's what I think.
Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
I would say the Hulk is The Clash. Do you know that band?
Marvel Comics, are we going to include DC characters? Probably not for a couple hundred years after we've done all 8,000, 10,000 Marvel characters first.
Yes, I would love to. And actually, I mean, the Widow has such a great backstory. Her origin story is super rad. And I'd love to be able to explore that more. And we've talked about that. We've talked about it, and it's, I think the really exciting thing about Marvel is that the films are kind of, there's almost like fan choice in some way. And I think the more kind of enthusiastic the response is from fans, the more enthusiastic Marvel is about, introducing new characters and also, highlighting other characters and doing kind of independent films for them. So, just ask for it and ye shall perhaps receive.
Okay, now, I got a question for all members. I mean, I've got enough to ask, but this one, it's not very comfortable to ask questions. So, every Avenger has his own superpower that differentiates him from the other members of the team. So my question is, which Avenger is the coolest, the best, the most powerful, perhaps? And by the way, Loki's opinion is also
I'd like to pass this question as Loki, as he's the only objective.
You want me to pick favorites, Robin?
Just this once.
Oh, that's so hard. Who's the coolest Avenger?
Your brother.
I was thinking that, but then I was thinking the relationship's too bittersweet, you know? They're all pretty cool. I mean, they're all amazing, aren't they? They all have different superpowers and, yeah, they have, everybody is special in their own way.
Just say Hulk and get it over with.
Well, when you look at it, the Hulk's really the only one who can bring him down, you know? They both have a predilection for the color green, so maybe it's the Hulk. Yeah, well, we both had a long time actually, because we were both initially cast in Thor about 6 or 7 months before we were due to shoot it, and Kenneth Branagh, who directed that film, was very, very keen that we collate all of our research, and we weren't just drawing from the Marvel comics, but we were drawing from the Norse myths and this incredible mythology that's been around for thousands of years. So we did a lot, I think. We did a lot of, we tried to take the most interesting facets of the mythology and the most interesting facets of the comics and create these characters which were larger than life and three-dimensional. And what Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created is this extraordinary charisma in both of them, but there's also an enormous emotional history that they have together, which is also very useful. So we had some time. Yeah. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, the biggest thing I took from the Norse myths were the kind of fatalistic attitude that they lived with, and the idea that their death was preordained and set, so which led them into a sort of fearlessness in battle, and that was kind of summed up Thor for me. And I think, you know, yeah, that the family's approach to life, preservation of the 9 realms.
It's great when you can draw from lots of different things. I mean, these characters have been around for so long. Like Thor and Loki feature in Wagner's Ring Cycle. I remember when I first got to LA, I was driving over to meet my accountant in Pasadena, listening to the Ring Cycle. I thought I really arrived in Hollywood now.
Well, the trick that we have is to make great movies based on characters that we love and great stories from the comics. Whether they're known or lesser known around the world is less of our concern. We get amazing actors like this, we hire great filmmakers, and hopefully we turn into a movie that suddenly is known around the world. So certainly we're going to continue to do that, and we have a number of characters that are going to be up for us next. Some of which you've probably never heard of, but hopefully I'll sit here in 5 years with another few movies under our belt.
А что это был за персонаж, пока неизвестно. Потому что вот, например, в комиксе, по которому были сняты Мстители, там были, по-моему, оса, пчела, муравей, что-то такое, да?
That's absolutely correct. Yes, right. You know your comics. Good. Yes, we have a great writer director named Edgar Wright who's working on an Ant-Man film for us now someday.
Круто. Спасибо большое. Будем ждать. Следующий вопрос, прошу.
I really want to play Thor. You can't. Damn.
Black Widow.
That's never gonna happen.
We'll see.
I want to be a horny Hawkeye.
I think Chris Hemsworth would make an extraordinary Spider-Man.
Thanks, Tom.
think Jeremy Renner should run Disney. The audience has spoken. Shareholders unite.
There's nothing Disney about this face. I think this is the first time I'm going to have 6-year-old fans. It's so strange.
Mark, you're quiet over there.
Wolverine.
Спасибо огромное.
И вопрос к Дауни. У вас есть два замечательных персонажа. Это Тони Старк и Шерлок Холмс. Если выбирать между ними, на кого вы чувствуете сами близость, кому ближе вы? Спасибо.
Where's the bottom?
Take off your shoes? What? I've done both of them for a third franchise.
What was the first question?
I don't remember the first question.
Oh, I definitely want to stay an actor. Loki is such a crazy cat. I don't want to be him for the rest of my life.
Is Crazy Cat a superhero?
Actually, I think that should be my next project. Is I should play the Crazy Cat.
We're here to announce filming Crazy Cat next summer for Mark.
I'm gonna go with Master Assassin, I think. What? That's what I'd rather be. No, he's saying would I rather be an actor or a Master Assassin? I'm gonna go with Master Assassin.
But you're already both, Scarlett.
Ooh, I like it. What? Oh, yes, right. No. I'm turning this off. This is my life.
А все ответили, что ли, да? Кто-то, наверное, готов уточнить по поводу того, кто остается актером, а кто берет.
Actor or superhero? I like the idea of being a superhero, but I like being an actor because it gives me the powers I don't have as a human being to pull off being a superhero. So me, Chris Hemsworth as a superhero would be rather a letdown compared to Chris Hemsworth, the actor, with Thor's superpowers. I'm exhausted. Okay. Does it make sense?
I'd still like to be an actor who play a bunch of superheroes. Then I could play a bunch of superheroes. I could play a bunch of superheroes. I could play a bunch of superheroes. And still be an actor. I'll do anything to work with these kids at this table any day of the week. So whether that's an actor or being not, I don't care.
Ну что ж, браво, спасибо огромное за ответы.
Отдельно от всех мужчин России хочу сказать спасибо Скарлетт Йоханссон, что она приехала к нам. Вопрос первый ко всем актерам, второй вопрос к Скарлетт. Если это первый ваш визит в Москву, расскажите о Москве, какой вы ее уже успели увидеть, что вам удалось посмотреть за тот день, который вы здесь провели, и удалось ли вообще. И второй вопрос у меня к Скарлетт. Скажите, вы играете русского происхождения, агента романов. Это уже вторая черная вдова, которую мы видим на большом экране. Если вы знаете какие-то слова по-русски, вы могли бы их произнести, порадовать нас. Возможно, при подготовке к роли выучили несколько фраз, выражений. Спасибо.
And you're going to be really disappointed in my Russian. Borscht? I saw the inside of the bar last night. It was lovely. Nice view upstairs. I haven't seen anything. It's my first time here, although I do have, my family's from Minsk. My mother is desperate for me to go there, so I wish I had some time that I could visit. But I've always wanted to come here. I'm very curious to kind of explore my heritage, and I think maybe later today we might see the Kremlin, which would be very exciting. So I'll have something to talk about on the red carpet.
Спасибо.
Actually, I have to say I do speak Russian in the film, so I do technically know some Russian. I just can't remember anything. But I learned it in a couple days. We had this great Russian teacher, Russian language teacher, and I learned it phonetically. But luckily, because she was Russian and she was a real character, she had a lot of, she was very emphatic, and so I was able to speak it and not just sound like I was parroting her. So that was cool.
Скарлетт, а попробуйте произнести свое имя, но на русский манер, вот по-русски. Черная вдова. Получится у вас сейчас? Черная вдова.
Wait, I need my translator to say it again. Say it again. Черная
вдова.
Вдова?
Вау! Спасибо. Ну и все актеры, насколько я помню, отвечают на вопрос.
Да, что увидели в Москве?
Что, ну, наверное, ничего еще не успели увидеть. Что хотите увидеть, прошу.
It's actually my second time in Moscow. I came here first 5 years ago, and I performed in a theatre, I think the Pushkin Theatre, at the Chekhov International Festival. I did some Shakespeare here, that very old fashioned thing, and I had a wonderful time, because obviously the theatre culture in Russia is amazing, and it's one of the most one of the richest and most diverse communities of actors in the world. And I was stunned at how many theatres you have in this city. There are as many theatres on every street corner as there are cinemas in London. It's amazing. And I had a really, really good time. But I remember the strange thing of, as an actor, just before you go on stage, you always want a quick hit of, I always like to eat a banana, and I remember finding it very difficult to find bananas on the way to the theatre. It's my memory of it. But I had a huge affection for Moscow. They were very kind to us.
Спасибо.
I'm staying in Mark Ruffalo's room at the Ritz-Carlton, and I'd like you all to come visit me there later.
Who's next? Да. Про Москву.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the Kremlin as well. That's, but as we've only all been here for literally a couple of hours, so I have seen the inside of the hotel and from here to the airport. But certainly I'm excited to get out and see the city. It looks incredible from the window.
Спасибо.
Спасибо.
Марк?
До свидания. I hear that part of the sightseeing here is drinking Russian standard platinum vodka, the favorite of the KGB. Is that true? No? Did that go over poorly? Was that a that was an American sense of humor thing that didn't play on that. I just got here at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was impressed by how easy it is to move around in the city, how little traffic there is here. I love all of you very much.
Honestly, Honestly, I think what's remarkable for some, if not all of us, was growing up with such a different idea of Russia, both politically and socially, and I think it's just such a testament that when we were asked by Disney what the most important market for us to come and be present in, we were all happy to come. They said that Russia's the kind of the top tier emerging market, which I think just gives me a lot of hope for our future as a planet, that we're able to come here and be in a place to be exchanging ideas and entertainment, and it's definitely a two-way street too.
Ну что ж, на этой крайне правильной и крайне позитивной ноте мы предлагаем закончить сегодняшнюю пресс-конференцию. Сейчас громогласными рукоплесканиями давайте еще раз